2005 Hyundai Tucson, or Tucson, however you pronounce it. It has a problem here with a P0708 transmission range sensor problem. Customer brought it in and wanted the transmission range sensor changed, and it was changed, but that didn't solve the issue. Right now, inside the range sensor there is a T-pin, and it's hooked to the reverse circuit there on the range sensor, the reverse circuit. Okay, note that because that's going to be important. Okay, now, okay, now you see I am in park here, and when I'm in park you see that there's 0.11 volt. Now in park you're supposed to see 13 volts, but remember I'm on a reverse circuit. Okay, so I go to reverse and it shows 13.28 volts. Okay, and that's reverse. Okay, if I go into park again, you see that the voltage goes away. So I go to reverse, I go to neutral, which is neutral, and then you see nothing here. Then I go to drive, and you see nothing there. So how it works, only the circuit that has the voltage is the one where you put the gear selector in. So if you put the gear selector in park, you will see 13 volts or 12 volts. If you put it in reverse, you will see 12 volts. If you put it in neutral, you will see 12 volts. If you put it in drive, you will see 12 volts. So all the other circuits will be 0. Okay, only the circuit that you put the gear selector in will have that voltage on it. Well, what was happening is that the gear dash was showing reverse when you press on the brake pedal, and the brake lights was on. It was showing reverse when I was in drive. So I tied into reverse circuit, and there was a 4 point something volt on the circuit, or a 3.22 on the reverse circuit. Well, if that's on the reverse circuit and I'm in neutral or in drive with the brake depressed, then the computer is seeing voltage on the reverse circuit when it's not supposed to be there. So it sets a transmission range sensor code. Okay, now I'm going to see if I can simulate this again. I am on the reverse circuit with that T-pin. Okay, so okay, that's park. Remember, that's reverse. That's the only time there should be voltage, is when I am actually in reverse. Now when I go to neutral, that reverse circuit should be exactly the way it is, because remember, the meter is tied into the reverse circuit. I'm in neutral. Now if I was to change that meter and put it on the neutral wire, it would show 12 volts, but I'm staying on a reverse wire. Okay, so let me see if I can make this act up again so you can see exactly what was happening. The problem was in the rear passenger tail light. Something was backfeeding, caused up through the circuit, causing reverse to have voltage when it shouldn't have it. So let's see if I can simulate that by going and wiggle the wires in the back. Okay, this is the tail light in the back, and I thought the problem would be somewhere here, but it wasn't. The problem is in here. When I start to wiggle this, then the reverse circuit will start to show some signs of something in here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put this light on the meter, and then I'm gonna come back here and start wiggling this circuit back here, and you're going to see the voltage change on the transmission range sensor. Okay, it's going to jump and fluctuate all around simply by me moving this back and forth. Okay, now I have a brake switch here, and what I'm going to do is disconnect the brake switch on this pedal and plug into this brake switch. The reason I'm going to do that because I cannot press down on that pedal, and with this being out, it's as if the brake is on. The brake lights will be on with this out. When the brake pedal comes up, it closes this off, so the brake pedal's off. When you press down, it lets this out, the brakes are on. So we want the brake lights to be on because that's when the problem happens. So I'm about to hook this up here and just let this hang down so that you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, I hooked up that brake light switch and the brake lights are on. The brake lights are on here. Okay, and that's what we want them to be. We want the brake lights to be on. Okay, I'm going to the other side here, and what I'm gonna do, I'm going to wiggle the wire in the back on that passenger side. Remember, I'm tied into the reverse circuit on the transmission range sensor. There should be no voltage on there with the ignition on. Power is sent to the transmission range sensor in start or with the ignition on. Okay, start, run, ignition is on. So I'm gonna turn the ignition on. Alright, and I'm going to set this meter to min max, so because I can't see what's going to happen. I want to see what it get to when I'm wiggling that wire. You can see it while I'm in the back wiggling the passenger side. So set this up here. Okay, I'm on a voltage scale, and I'm going to set this to min max, and I'm going to see when I wiggle it. I'll hear something, but I can't see because I'm going to the back to wiggle that passenger side connector, and we're going to see what happens here. First ignition has to be on. Ignition has to be on. Okay, I have the ignition on. Now to the back. I heard something there. What did it do? All I did was just lift it up. What did it go to? I don't know. Let me check again. I heard it beeping, but I don't know what it went to. Let me check to see here. You see? It went to 3.32. That was the max. The min was 0.04. So, by me wiggling the wire, it went to 3.32. Alright, now, this is the voltage that was on the reverse circuit. Now, there should be no voltage on the reverse circuit. When this voltage was on the reverse circuit, the indicator on the dash said it was in reverse when you was actually in drive while you had your foot on the brake. So it was somehow backfeeding up through that brake circuit all the way up to the rain sensor. So this is what I wanted you to see. Well, since I've been wiggling the wires around, it hasn't been constant at 3 point some or 4 point something volts. It went to its proper voltage. Let me turn this off. Now it's where it's supposed to be. No voltage on there. But if I go back in the back and wiggle that wire again, I can get it to show that there's something wrong there. Now I can show you which I showed you where I was wiggling, and it was the connector. So I'll show you again. Coming back here, what I was doing is wiggling this right here. This is broken here. I don't know what this has to do with wiggling it. Like I said, I thought it might have been this here or something been cut here, but I didn't see anything cut there. So wiggling right here, I had the issue. Now I don't know if it's something with these lights or something cross-feeding over inside here, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a pigtail here, cut this off, solder these in, and put a new light here, and then try again. Then it should be good. Okay, but I wanted to show you P0708 transmission rain sensor code affected by this tail light. Okay, all right.